Blanche.
And I'm Jason Pierce. We will be your guides to this wonderful world of comics and social issues.
Now, just to be clear, neither Jason nor I know everything there is to know about comics.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Or social issues.
Okay.
But I don't think there's anybody, Jason included, who can claim that title.
True. Both subjects are so vast that there's really nothing everyone can know.
And that's what makes them so great. So let's tell the class a little bit about your involvement with comics.
I learned to read from comics. In my mother's womb, I'm pretty sure.
That big?
I was that tall. I was a big kid.
Yeah.
Then from that point, I've never stopped reading comics, and it's always been a dream of mine to open my own store. And here you go, Alter Ego Comics.
And
living the dream.
It's great. Alter Ego Comics, great store.
What about you? How'd you get involved?
Well, I never thought I would own a comic book store. I never thought I would use comics to teach. I actually planned on becoming a Jedi, but they threw in all the midichlorian count, and I just didn't qualify.
That makes
sense. The first comic I read was my parents' copy of Prince Valiant, and I was totally enamored by it. Not only was it a book that had pictures and words in it that was an adult's, but Hal Foster was so ahead of his time that I was just amazed with this. There was action and adventure and romance and history, and it just transported me to another world. But I kind of got away from comics when I discovered boys.
Like most people do.
Yes. And then after I had my son, though, I used comics to help him read. So.
But how did you start using comics to teach?
That was your fault.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. So I was writing a lecture on culture, on culture change for my anthropology class. And I came in your store and you recommended
Why the Last Man.
And I loved it. I loved it.
I think you came in every single day for the next week and bought
all of them.
1 or 2 volumes, yes.
Yeah, I got all 10 of them and I read them. I couldn't stop. It was this amazing study in culture change and gender, and I thought to myself, why not use it in the classroom? Why not use it as a textbook? And it's also, as a teacher, it's really hard to get students to read, so I thought maybe this will intrigue them, and it really did. And I haven't stopped since. And besides using comics in the face-to-face classroom, I was lucky enough to be able to offer my first MOOC, Gender Through Comics, that was last year. I hope some of you took it. And now, thanks to Alter Ego, you and I are offering this next MOOC.
Yeah, but enough about us. Let's get to the Super MOOC.
So, the first thing I want you to do is to get from this course is that we want you to understand that social issues are more than just black and white issues. They affect us in ways that we just don't think about.
Second, we want you to realize how pulp culture, in this case comic books, reflects our culture and projects society's ideas about what's happening around us.
And third, the teacher in me wants you to realize that learning is all around us. It's not just in a classroom. There are so many ways to learn, and it's a shame to exclude something just because of a stigma or because we're not familiar with the method.
Finally, we really want you to feel like you're part of a comics community. One of the things we set out to do with this course is really make it community-minded.
Yeah, and in fact, we have comic stores all around the country who have joined us and are supporting this comics community by having books for you to purchase, and once a month having a group together to discuss that month's module. Now, if your local store isn't taking part, you can ask them about it, or look at the discussion boards for people in your area and form your own group.
But the most important thing is, remember, have fun above all else. If Christy's taught me anything, it's you to have fun.
So, about the course. We're obviously reading comics, but this is also a course on social issues. So we're not going to read the comic books and simply say, that was so good, or I didn't like that book.
Oh, so I'm out, right?
Yeah. But we're going to analyze these comics and see how social issues are represented and how they shape these stories.
You can participate as little or as much as you like. The way the course is designed and set up is for about a 3 hours investment a week. However, you can spend more time on a book, go to the discussion boards, and reread comics that you like. You can spend as much time really as you want.
And on the flip side, if you have less time one week that you can invest, that's fine. Do what you can do. If it's all you can do, it's all you can do. The important thing is to stick with it. We have some great activities that I think many people will be excited about.
We also have some great reads. Are going to learn from some amazing creators throughout the history and academics of the comic universe.
Yes. Now, we both look forward to meeting you in this class and for us to all learn together and form the coolest community around. We'll see you on the boards.